everything that I did in high school. I started this other organization called Culturally Aware and Responsive Students. And so this was in response to all the Black Lives Matter stuff, for lack of better words, that was going on. Like, it was a lot when you really think about how everything happened and the timing. We were thinking, okay, like the things that we're learning in school, they're all very Eurocentric and very shifted towards the Western world. And so there's other demographics that we don't learn in different contexts if they don't fit with American history. And so we were like, okay, let's try to change that. And so we did a bunch of different research on teaching strategies. One that Alina found was culturally responsive teaching. She did a whole little report on that. And then with that, let me see, am I going into junior year? Oh yeah, with that report, we got to present that to, I brought it to like the school board, like some school board committees, some other Black sorority, Black fraternity committees, and like those different groups. I just kind of brought it around, kept presenting like the report that Alina made. And it was really nice because it would just kind of like, first that led me to join some like county-wide initiatives that were taking place, and it built my connections like across the county. But we'll just move on from that. Back to the SE app thing. During that summer, we actually like went like more hardcore into it, and like we were like just trying to work on that app and just trying to make that happen. I remember we called it Bet It, and you know, it was nice. It was nice while it lasted. Definitely good memories. And then once junior year started, so it was like right after COVID, and so because I was sophomore class president, I served as the acting junior class president. And then culturally aware and responsive students, that really like, we kept going with that. We did a lot more research, a lot more. We filmed this like 20-minute presentation that we presented to our teachers, or to the administration. We wanted them to share it to the teachers. I'm not sure if they ever did, but at least the administrators got to see it. And like, it was really cool because I didn't really know how to structure it. And so I reached out to this random guy on LinkedIn because I saw that he was doing something at Georgetown for like policy, and I was like, so how can we do this? Like, what advice do you have? And then he introduced the logic model to me. And so we used the logic model. You can look that up, just look up logic model. And we used the logic model to shape our presentation to the administrators and kind of telling them how we want you guys to like change operations and like why, and like the goals that we wanted to happen. And then we also shared our experiences as to why like we think something needs to be done. So that was definitely that was a really good experience because it also showed me that I kind of like doing my own thing, in the sense that I can choose when things start going. I can make things happen on my own. And you know, that was just a really good experience overall. Then moving on, right, I joined the Virginia Student Council Association. The State Student Council Association, and I was a part of the advisory committee. And so with that, we just went to some meetings a few times a year. I think it was 3 times. And then we were trying to go to the state convention, but it was online, so we just like zoomed in. It was pretty cool though. It was a fun thing. And that just kind of got me into the state council thing. We did the statewide service project. But other than that, I think that's pretty much what happened junior year. And then I was a part of the IT program newsletter, and so I was just a writer. Sometimes I would help them with little things like making the joke of the week or of the month, and I never really did that, which is really my bad. But you know, the newsletter got done. But so like I remember I was way more into it junior year than I was senior year for sure. But you know, I remember I wrote some things here and there. I was at the meetings a lot more junior year since it was online. And then I was also part of Scholastic Bowl again, same idea. I did some IT tutoring, and so I was helping out some students with like the classes that I was taking at that time. I believe I was in like database, and so I would just help other peers who needed help. Yeah, tutoring. I was part of this county-wide organization called 12 Talks, and with that we interviewed like celebrities, Olympians, government officials, and we just kind of asked them questions on like leadership. And like it was a really cool experience because we got to like I met like Jesse Collins, who was like the BET Awards producer. I'm so sorry. But it was just like, it was really cool. It was a really cool experience. I met a lot of people from across the county. I made some good friends. I'm actually one friend that I made through that is the one that I'm going to college with that friend. And so I'm not sure if I announced it yet, but yeah, anyway, we're going to college together. Then I joined the countywide Black Student Union, which was started, I believe Chloe Presley started it, and she's and so like with her, I just kind of like joined in whatever she was doing and just like helped her with that. I brought in like, you know, the insight that I got from CARS, which is culturally aware and responsive students, and kind of just shared that with them and just like shared everything that we were able to find at our school, and then we used that to kind of shape something similar to, you know, do on the county-wide level. And then I remember Chloe and I, or actually no, so yeah, Chloe and I, we went to this superintendent public hearing, and we were speaking on behalf of, like, you know, just students in general, and just saying why we needed our superintendent to value equity. And so I remember, I think we were the only two people the two students I think that spoke at that event specifically. And so that was nerve-wracking because I remember I was on my way to pole vaulting practice and I was like shaking because I was like in the car. You know, we did it and it worked out. We got our new superintendent, Dr. McDade, so shout out to her, she's amazing. And my voice was like all over the place, but that definitely, it went well. It was a great experience, and kind of just, you know, put myself out there and just, you know, take risks. And so that's what I did. I was a part of the county, the school board diversity and inclusion committee, and so that was something that was a student initiative that was created, and they invited our school. And so like I remember we had a few meetings, and like I just kind of shared what happened with CARS, and like they were like, yeah, like, you know, our school have similar problems. And I remember some other schools, they had their own challenges that they were going through, and they wanted us to kind of give them advice on what we could help with. And so whenever we could, we would just try to say like, no, like, you know, you have to keep your head up strong. Like, yeah, it might be harder in your school to make this happen, but it matters. Like, what you're doing is valid. Like, it's an actual issue that needs to be solved, and so don't let like opposition scare you down. And that whole experience really taught me like how in my own county, the disparity in just like the So for some reason, my phone thought it was a good idea to stop recording mid-statement, but we're gonna pick up where we left off. As I was saying, the County Diversity and Inclusion Committee was a good experience because I got to really see the disparity in resources across my county, and it just opened my eyes that, like, you know, we don't live in a perfect world, and that there are issues in our own communities that we have to address. And so that kind of just like really got me, you know, thinking about that, thinking about ways that I can make an impact in my own community first, just to kind of contribute to the whole global change that we're working towards as a whole. And then I was an SBS student ambassador again, and in track, I did indoor and outdoor track. Indoor track, I actually was state champion, and then outdoor track, I was runner-up in triple jump. And so that was definitely a really exciting time for me because you know, like I was just like getting better at the sport, and I was like I was becoming nationally ranked, and it was a really exciting time. So I decided to join the MVP League summer track club, and I did that during the summer. And so with them, I went to Oregon for Nike Nationals, and I did not do that well there because I was hurt. But then I went to Junior Olympics in end of July, beginning of August with them, and I got second place there. So I got my first All-American title, which was exciting. Not title, All-American honor, I guess. And that was a really good time because that was like right before like recruiting was like almost finishing up, I guess. Or no, I guess starting. I don't really know. Anyways, I mean, I'll talk about that in another video. But I remember I jumped 48 feet 3 inches as a junior, and so I was up there in the ranks nationally. I forget exactly, but I think I was definitely top 10 in the nation in triple jump. But besides that, I did more culturally aware and responsive student stuff, and so I was doing a lot more research. We were coming up with different plans that we could bring forth to, like, you know, the principal and everything, and that like ended. I think that kind of died down like towards midsummer, because then we started shifting towards like focusing on college apps, because it was really like if Alina and I didn't make anything happen, nothing would happen, like with the club in that sense. And so we were like, once we were focusing on other things, like the club kind of like, you know, dwindled away, which is, you know, unfortunate, but it's whatever. Hey guys, so it came to my attention that I never really finished that video, and so I'm just gonna like quickly run through because this video is getting a little bit too long for my liking. for the rest of junior summer, we just did some SCA preparation because we were like going back in person for senior year. I was also a part of Model U1 again. We did like some conference preparation because we wanted to host our own conference. I think we also wanted to have a virtual conference. I forget exactly what that meant, but you know, I wrote that down. Then senior year, once that started, I was elected student body president, so I had to campaign for that. I was unopposed though, so you know, I really didn't campaign. Then I was elected in the state student council. I was elected representative for Northern Virginia, which was Region 4, and so that I had to campaign like to other schools in the different counties and like tell them why they should vote for me and like for my school to like represent them. And I'll talk about that in another video. And then Model U1, I was social media manager again. I definitely did that up until like college apps. After college app or during college apps, I really just like fell off. I was really, you know, trying to get those in, and you know, things happened. I was a part of National Math Honor Society, which was just getting like math tutoring hours, math volunteering, just anything related to math and volunteering. And then I was part of the IT program newsletter. I would honestly, this was like, yeah, like I said, it was my least year of involvement, if that makes sense. Like I just really was not part of it at all. Cars really didn't do much later in the year. Like I said, it kind of dwindled off once we started college apps. And then I was a part of track, but I actually got hurt like pretty early in the season. And so I was like trying to like recover for like most of my senior year. But we will talk about that in another video. With that being said, I just wanted to show you guys the whole picture of my story essentially, because I feel like what people, you think that you have to like do all of these things, but you're gonna realize, I want to show you guys in my next video that I did all this during high school and like during my childhood, but you'll see what actually ended up on my application. And so I feel like seeing that difference is something that people don't show, and I think is it'll be really eye-opening to show that you really don't have to overdo it. But that is for the next video. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Like I said, be sure to subscribe, comment down below your thoughts on my editing style. If you have any suggestions, any opinions, or well, suggestions, constructive criticism, then be sure to like let me know, and be sure to follow me on Instagram at Brian D. Basinga and on TikTok at Brian D. Basinga to be updated, because this video came out late, but I told my Instagram people that it was coming out late, so yeah. All right, guys. I will see you later. Bye, guys.